morning. Good morning. It's currently Thursday, September 25 of 2025. We have Euro to US dollar just came down 8:30. Yep. So relatively on this news candle. Well, no, we're still on this news candle. This 8:30 a.m. news. Unemployment claims. All right, so on EU, we came down and we took out these draws in liquidity. We have one more left down here for EU. On GU, we came down and took out this one. On GJ, we're still in this Fibonacci area. We're still in that Fibonacci area. Price came up. Now we're getting some reactions. Hopefully we can close below this 0.5 and then send price down. We have no more news until tomorrow at 8:30. We have PCE. On EJ, we still ain't doing shit. On gold, we have this daily fair value gap right here. We had a reaction out of it. Maybe we're getting a retracement and back down into it. If we look at the sessions, we're looking for longs on gold today. We have a lot of targets. We have previous London highs, New York highs, and I want to see on gold, I want to see price come down, take out Asia session and New York highs, and then London session lows would be right here. So I want to see price come down, take these out, and then reverse back to the upside. On silver, we have this hourly fair value gap, as well as so hopefully we can get a retracement back into this Fibonacci midpoint. This section right here. Video posted yesterday. Little tutorial on how to use a fib. But we're getting some big legs down right now. Some good price action. We're getting some big legs down. So today is Thursday, September 25 of 2025. We're trading Forex. Currently, news just came out about 10 minutes ago at 8:30. We had final GDP and employment claims. This is the most recent candle right here. On GU, we went ahead and took out this high resistance low. And on EU as well. We're about to sweep out this high resistance draw. These two high resistance draws. We have another draw right here, and then another one down here. We have multiple draws towards the downside, so I'm glad we're finally seeing some weekly bearish price action. Other than, Monday started. My overall bias for all charts were bearish, but up until yesterday and today, we've been getting some bearish price action. EJ can suck a fat cock, bro. We ain't doing nothing. But look at all of this low resistance. All this low resistance draws, and all these low resistance draws in liquidity. They're all stacked. They're all stacked right here. These are all stacked lows. Delete all these ones. Bunch of stacked lows. It's just waiting for one big candlestick to come down and sweep it all up. On GJ, we're getting some moves out of this Fibonacci, out of the midpoint of this Fibonacci. We're getting some moves towards the downside. Price came down, retraced back up into this midpoint. Then now we're reacting off of it. Again, I'm bearish for GJ as well. EJ, I'm just waiting for that candlestick to just sweep out all this liquidity. All this resting liquidity right here. On gold, I want to say I'm overall bullish, but I am looking for retracement back into this point. Back into this Fibonacci extension, which is also in line with this this daily fair value gap. So I'm really itching to take shorts down to this area at least, down to this area. So that's probably what we're gonna do. We'll see what price gives us, but hopefully we can get some sort of We got a 5-minute fair value gap that I hope we can tap back into. We just swept out London session lows. On silver, I'm looking for retracement into this. I think it was 4-hour fib extension. So I'm looking for retracement back into this area and then a push up out of it. Not much draws except for this one, but I don't think we're gonna hit that anytime soon. Created a huge 5-minute fair value gap. Technically, we both. Yeah, we both swept. On both charts, we swept out this first high resistance low. Yeah, this first high resistance low. We have some 5 minute fair value gaps. It's in line with the fib extension retracement. We're not necessarily looking for any reversals. Or expecting any reversals, I should say. I'm expecting more of a continued down movement towards these draws. I am hoping for some sort of retracement and not just that price. I hope price just doesn't dump. So we broke out of this fib. We can target the bottom of this. We can also target. We already swept out all these lows. We're getting a retracement back into this 15-minute fair value gap. London session, Asia session came up and swept out all this resting liquidity up here, broke towards the downside. Maybe we can get Fibonacci going up on here. We're definitely going to be patient, but I wouldn't mind price coming up all the way into this area or this area and resting here before we shoot back down. We did respect this 15-minute fair value gap though. We're reacting off of it. We get a closure below this 0 point. Might be willing to take a short. Not too fond of that idea though. Marking out previous session highs and lows. I have this indicator right here, but I also like to mark it out. I like to mark out the wicks. EJ, look at all this low resistance liquidity sitting right here. We have liquidity right there, right here, at previous session lows, another draw right here, another draw right here, all these draws. I'm just waiting for EJ and GJ to just shoot down. Yeah, gold, we might just come down and sweep everything. I might enter just some little scalp positions. Even though, do I really want to though? That's the real question. Do I really want to? Probably not. definitely not doing that. I'm just gonna wait for a proper entry. Best thing to do. I could enter just like 1-to-1s towards these draws right here, but I don't know if we're gonna get that anytime soon. I hope we do, but right now price is just dumping on EU and GU. GJ, we're gonna staying in this area for now. Got 3 minutes to this candle closure. If we can form this swing low, then I can place the Fibonacci extension and then wait for a retracement. Then maybe we can catch a little short 1-to-1 into previous all these stacked lows right here, previous session lows. These stacked London session, Asia session, and New York session lows. On GJ, relatively looking for the same thing. On gold and silver, it's not the chart I used, was it? Yes, it was. Yeah, right now we're just waiting on price to do its thing. This is mostly what trading is, bro. Just knowing what to set up, knowing why price moves, being patient, and being confident, and like being disciplined is very, very, very important once you come into these markets. Because if you don't have discipline, you're gonna over risk, you're gonna over leverage, you're gonna over trade. If you don't have confidence, because you don't have any consistency in what you're doing, you're not confident in your success, you're not confident in this and that. You need practice, bro. You need confidence, you need patience. You need to wait for these entries to form. You need to wait for price to give you what you're looking for. If you're confident in your ability, you think and you predict price is going to go somewhere, then stick to that and then see if price goes in that direction. If it does, then good job, you were right. Know why you were right, and if it doesn't go in that direction, then know why you were wrong, and then try to fix it. Try to figure out what the problem was. That's consistently what I've been doing for months, and no retracement, bro, into anything. Price is just dumping. It's kind of a shame. It's kind of awful shame, but it's disgusting, bro. You know what's funny too? That I've been waiting for this move down for this huge New York session move down all week long since Monday. Been waiting for that specific push on all of these charts since Monday, except for gold. Mostly EU, GU, and GJ. And now that we're getting them, we don't even have an entry. There's zero retracement. It's just a straight just push down, which is fine. If we don't take a trade, then we don't take a trade today. It's also a very important factor is staying profitable. All you have to do is, like I said, everything, like be confident, be patient, have the skill set, all that. And also just relax, bro. Like seriously relax. Like you don't have to like take a trade or like catch every single position every single day. Especially on a market as volatile as Forex, like all Forex markets are pretty volatile. You don't have to catch that. You don't like that. You don't have to catch that move that happens in this range every day if it happens. Like sometimes it don't, sometimes it do. This is New York session kill zone. And most people don't even me, I just am so eager to trade every single day. I wake up wanting to trade. I want to trade in the afternoon when I'm done. And the problem with that is that I'm every single day market open. I'm looking for positions. I'm looking for that, and sometimes it's not even. For example, I'll use Monday and Tuesday is a good example because there was not really anything. This was Wednesday, this was Tuesday and Monday. Look at Monday and Tuesday. There was nothing going on, bro. Nothing. And I wanted to trade since I was so bearish for the week. Because of FOMC last Thursday, I believe, or Wednesday. Yeah, last Wednesday. The sweep of this high resistance and the reaction off of it. I was overall bearish at the beginning of this week, and I was eager to take trades, like I said. Prices ended up literally not moving from this section. Pretty much on all charts, Monday and Tuesday. That's why I lost a lot of money, because I was constantly trying to scalp trade that market when I should have just called it quits. So that's also something very important. Finally, we're getting some retracements. We did have a 5-minute retracement. But yeah, you gotta be patient in the markets. Know what you want from them for the day. Have a bias. I'll teach all of this more in depth. Like, I'll go more in depth with all these topics soon and post them on my YouTube. I'm at the parents' crib, boys. I'm at the chateau. If we can get a reaction off of this push, this mid-range, then potentially enter long to this area on GJ. This is on the 5-minute. So for some 5-minute confluences, we have few. You'd want to see this break a structure. Change these lines back to blue. So yeah, now we're just waiting. Price came up into the lower section of the top part of the Fibonacci. Gold, we ain't doing shit. I wish, bro, I could enter a trade right now and just scalp it. I would have made this trade. Probably would have made profits on this too. But like, there's no entry points. I guess there's 1-minute entry points. Like this fair value gap. Break of structure. Inverse fair value gap. Now we wait for a closure below this. The 5-minute, we got retracement into I wish this was a discounted price range or imbalance in price, but there's no imbalance. But we did hit back this level right here. We don't even have maybe a 15-minute order block. Okay, let me not lie. No, never mind. The US dollar index. I ain't got no clue what's going on, boy. Don't trade that shit. I do want to see some sort of hit back into this area, but if price consolidates right here, then I'm gonna be happy, because then we're possibly going to come back up here into this range. But if price just continues to shoot down, then that would be huh? Oh. You're gonna have to record so much. Ow, bro. video later. I'm liking these candlestick closures on the 5 minute on gold. Actually keep those right there. No, I'm not. See what EU's doing. Okay, I'm liking this movement so far. Creating some dojis on the 15 minutes, retracements on the 5. Huge fair value gap, 15-minute fair value gap. Hope you can come into this price range right here. GU, I'm hoping to see a retracement back into this area. Same as EU. EU, we're getting some pretty good 5-minute movement back into this area. On the 15-minute, yeah, we marked out that 15-minute fair value gap. Bro, I feel like my phone case is greasy. Big candlestick. Pretty big candlestick and then an immediate wick off of it. Price is setting up pretty decently. We have a good bit of confluences to go short on EU and GU. On GU, not as much, unless we can find a retracement into this. Both pairs, both charts are pretty much in the exact same position. GJ. We're kind of consolidating in this area. EJ finally getting some up movements towards this OTE. Let's see how we react off of it. On EJ, we came down and we swept Asian London session lows. My ideal entry on EJ would have to be I gotta go bearish just because that's my overall bias forever and ever, bro. I mean, we're kind of just consolidating. Let's see this daily time frame. Technically we are bullish, but like this is just a whole lot of consolidation, bro. Look at this. Towards the upside, technically speaking, we are bullish. There's not much you can trade off that. Off this price action. But I guess we are bullish for the day, so I guess what I would be looking for is either a reaction off of it down into previous daily lows and aka New York session lows, and then or a breakout of this, break of structure towards the upside, and then some sort of retracement to hit these previous session highs. But we'll just wait and see how price reacts out off this OTE. Any 5-minute breaks? Oh. 5-minute inverses? Nope. On gold, we're also price is just shooting down, bro. So there's not really much I can trade off of that. If we're just gonna continue to move down and get no entry movement, then no optimal trade entries. It's whatever. $15 for value gap. I doubt, if gold is just shooting down, then I doubt silver's going to come back up and hit that. But I really, really hope we get some sort of retracement. Do have to think about it from a trader standpoint, though. All retail traders on New York market, once this big candle came up, they're probably all shorting. Even here, you could place a short. To the top of this fair value gap, right here. The problem with this trade is, if price wants to come and stop it out, it's going to have to push all the way up here, which would be in line with this 4-hour or pretty much 4-hour or 1 hour push down, 30-minute even. No, it'd have to be an hour. Yeah, this hourly Fibonacci extension, it does line up with price getting stopped out. And when I say price getting stopped out, I mean all the retail traders who enter, price is pretty much fighting against. So all the people who are going short right here, price is coming up, or usually price comes up, or on average, or like sometimes, bro, most of the time, so price comes up, hits their stop loss, takes all their orders, takes all their money, and then moves price in the direction they want it to. And I still believe we are overall bearish into this retracement range. So with that being said, we could be looking for shorts, and that's exactly what we are doing, but price is just dumping, so we ain't getting exactly what we need here, which is cool. But if we break below this 0 point right here, then I'm not trading gold. I'm not trading gold today because all my draws got hit and I got no entry. Although EU, we are getting a healthy retracement, I guess. Healthy retracement back into this 15-minute fair value gap. Not the ideal retracement I'd want to see. I'd want to see a bigger push into this imbalance, to this imbalanced area, but I don't know if that's going to happen. On GJ, though, we did come up into the midpoint of this imbalance. Also, equilibrium. We reacted. We got the 5-minute break. See, another thing that can potentially happen on GJ is that since all this is going on, right, and technically on the 1 minute, price broke structure towards the downside on here, and on the 5 minute, we broke again towards the upside, but we're not moving above. I think we did. Yeah, technically we did go above this high. So we're breaking, so we're seeing. A lot of people might have entered short based off of this, put their stop loss right here, in this area, maybe at the top of this fair value gap, put their TPs, TP1, dang, that's how far TP1 is. No, we got a lot more stack lows. We got this stack low, all these, short TP could be any one of these. For the sake, let's say it's this one. For the sake of this example. And people might have already entered based off of this 15-minute wick and this 5-minute retracement into this area. And even the 1-minute price action. But the problem is they didn't wait until price came all the way into this OTE. So therefore, if price decides to retrace, they're all getting stopped out. On EJ, price finally hit this range. We'll see if it continues creating dojis or moves past it. That will also be a factor. That would also be kind of an SMT. Because if GJ stays below this low, EJ goes above this 5-minute high. Oh yeah. Above this high, GJ stays below that high, and we're creating many little small bearish SMT. EU getting that healthy retracement I was talking about. On GU as well. Good looks. We're getting that retracement as well on gold, and then silver. We have a 15-minute fair value gap. Go ahead and mark that out. Just to have a little bit more clarity on the chart. Gold, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. When does this candle close? We close this candle in 10 minutes. So hopefully and get this closure that we want on this candle, and then aim for another short trade on gold. Pretty good. I say like a 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 R. EU as well, GU. GJ. The only problem I have with this, right, is that on EU, we technically did come out and sweep all of this resting liquidity, which could potentially call for a reversal in price, but there's way too many draws towards the downside, and we recently just had a high time frame sweep of liquidity. This is just a low resistance sweep, so price might end up doing is kind of just consolidating around this area, or move into this area, and then react off it towards the downside. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I think is potentially going to happen. I'm going to get rid of these session highs and lows for now. We have a good bit of area to mark out. We have no more news coming out today. Nope, just tomorrow at 8:30. And the problem is that if we're having core PCE, which I don't think it does much to the market, let's see what it is. Tracks the consumer side of personal consumption expenditures. How do you pronounce this word?
Expenditures.
The action of spending, personal consumption and expenditures price index. So it's like the core key measure of inflation, food and energy prices, monitored by the Federal Reserve as it conducts monetary policy. Okay. So yeah, it's pretty volatile. EJ, we're closing wellly on this 15-minute candle. Gold, what a beauty. That's what I like to see. On both gold and silver. Gold and silver, bro, I love trading. Hands down, the chart that's treated me the nicest. It's like that one girl, bro, that she might not be the hottest of the bunch, but she got a good heart, bro. She treats you good, bro. You gotta take care of that. You gotta take care of that beautiful woman inside and out. That's what gold and silver is to me. It's that beautiful woman. And she looks good too. Because gold looks good, bro. If it treats me good, then it looks good. That varies. I'm not profound on that take. Yeah, we're just kind of sitting here waiting. I have to. Oh. doji. That's what it wants to do, then could potentially enter off of this, but I'm not too excited about that. We didn't even hit equilibrium. Yeah, so it would have to be a close below this area for us to be interested. Although on EJ, we did get a healthy reaction off of this. I want to see it close underneath this, and then we can start targeting lows. We can have that as TP1, TP2, TP3. Okay, pa. Okay. Give me 1 second. I think it's gonna rain today. Yeah, we're getting a pretty good closure of this 15-minute candle on EJ, GJ as well. All of these are reacting as I would like to. I would like to see a better retracement on silver. Gold as well. We have 2 minutes left of this candle. See what happens with it. See if we can get at least a closure back into this fair value gap. But if we get this strong reaction off of it, then we'll wait till we inverse this 5-minute fair value gap as well as close beneath this swing low, or swing high, I should say. This high, low, no, yeah, no, this is this area. Let's just call it this area. We have no imbalance in price during this whole push up. Right now, what I'm doing is tracking to see if EU and GU wants to continue up into this section that I was talking about previously. Based on a shorter time frame Fibonacci retracement tool, or the Fibonacci retracement tool on a lower time frame. Just on the 5-minute, see how we react off of these levels, see if we want to continue up, or if we want to just since we hit this fair value gap, continue down. Waiting for closure above in this area, I would say. GJ waiting for that 5-minute break. I think we had an inverse, no? No, we do not have an inverse fair value gap. Did have a reaction off this fair value gap though, which is a good news because then I could get a better OCE. Everybody who went short would get stopped out, and then I would be sitting at the top of the throne with a beautiful, beautiful entry. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave that there. See how this new 15-minute candlestick forms. Dojing off. You correct. What's up, nigga? What's up, little goon? What's up? Good morning. Good morning to my nigga. This shit's heated, bro. Bro, I gotta go take a dump, but this is active right now. We active on the charts right now. Alright, okay, we're getting strong reactions. Let's get this closure below this. 15 minutes, see 5 minutes, close below this. Okay, yep, so we close below that. For this 15 minutes, let's see if we can get a retracement back into this for value gap. Okay, so I just entered on gold. The reason is because I forgot about this inverse fair value gap I had originally marked out. So it was this 5-minute break of structure. We do have this 5-minute fair value gap that could get tapped back into, but I decided to enter just because I just knew where price was going. And then on silver, a little bit, the entry wasn't there, and it's just not looking good for the silver. For the silver chart, we're already in this area, so we might get a reversal here pretty soon. Really should have entered back off of this candle. In reality, I entered down there. I missed this movement. I wasn't in my room, so. But this is realistically the ideal entry based on this inverse fair value gap, and then price coming up and tapping back and into that level. Although I did enter a position though, so we are making profit currently. We have 1 minute for this candle to close. GJ is consolidating, EJ is consolidating. Get out of my face with that shit. I'm looking to take an entry off EU and GU. GU just broke structure. We just broke structure on the 5-minute. Hopefully we can close right here. On EU, we're staying above these lows. GU, we close below them. Hopefully, GU can follow and close below this as well, so I can enter. On Euro to USD. GBP as well. I know we for sure had a 5-minute break. Yeah, we had a 5-minute break up here. I mean a 1-minute break. No retracement though. huge movements towards the downside. I'm waiting for this closure below, and then I could target it. I would like to see a big retracement. Still haven't got there yet. And if we close like this and we stay below these lows, then we would create an SMT, therefore meaning that price would want to come up here again. Down $30. Not really sure. Boom, so we didn't create the SMT. What we did was reacted off of these levels. We're about to close below this point. We have a minute left of this candle. And from that point forward, we can start looking for 1 minute OTEs. I do want to see a retracement, but perhaps this is the best we'll get. We'll obviously wait for a fair value gap or something of that source in line with the low time frame OTE. We have a minute left on this candle. Okay, so we got a couple things here. We have this 5 minute fair value gap and this 5 minute fair value gap. Euro price is just dumping. Um, Leaving untapped fair value gaps is never a good sign. All of these are imbalances. This is an imbalance in price, imbalance in price, imbalance in price, and we're still yet to tap into them. I'm going to mark out this 1 minute for value gap, 5 minute for value gap. Wait for this closure below this line, and then I'm gonna enter on EU. Okay, we didn't get the close we were looking for, so still waiting. EJ and GJ just consolidated, have consolidated all day, so getting good, healthy reaction off of this previous 5-minute break and equilibrium. Got the break we were looking for on the 15-minute. There's one problem I have with this position. And that problem is the possibility of a retracement back into this level. We technically did react off of a 15-minute fair value gap we tapped into. Broke structure towards the downside again. So we're technically not in the wrong here. This is the position that I currently have open on. On EU. As well as on gold. We did not tap back into this 15-minute fair value gap. We did, however, tap back into this 5-minute and react. So I want price to come down too. And when, by the time price comes down through there, I want this to hit TP. We're also leaving all of these untapped for value gaps. And just doji the fuck out of that. We'll see how price reacts off of this. these points are for sure in areas of retracement. What was this video? Hour 30, big dog. I have to edit 2 hours worth of clipping, bro. Yikes. Whew. We're getting a solid 5-minute reaction. I'm waiting for this candle to come down and close between this area, this inverse for value gap. If price closes below this point, then it'll inverse this fair value gap on the 5-minute chart. If we can close below somewhere along this area right here, then I'll be willing to take shorts on GU as well into this draw. Price previously just came up and entered this mid-range of the Fibonacci extension. On gold, we're continuing to move down, hitting this 5-minute fair value gap in line with the break of structure. So retesting that level and then reacting off of it. We'll see how price continues to move. Oh gosh. I'm not liking where I'm closing on gold. Nor on either of these charts. Damn, how much am I losing right here? Alright, so far, price is on silver. I think we're at that point of reversal. On gold, I'm hoping we don't get to that point, but we definitely might get to that point. It's a huge area in where I think price wants to go. On EU, we are wicking though, so good signs, good signs, good signs, good closings on EU and GU. On gold, closing decently in the 15-minute. 7 minutes left on this candle. I'm done trading at 11, so at 11 I'm going to do the trade recap, and then I'm going to edit this video after that. Inverse this 5-minute for value gap. strong closures beneath beneath this level right here on the 15-minute as well as on the 5-minute. We had a 5-minute push into this 5-minute Fibonacci retracement. Then we had a break off of it, a 1-minute fair value gap getting respected, break of structure. On the 5-minute, we have 40 seconds left to get this break of structure on the 5-minute. I entered a position on GU based off of the Fibonacci retracement, a break off of it, and then a reaction off this 1-minute fair value gap. I entered off of this break of structure right here on the 1-minute. On EU, same position we had. Gold, same position we had. We're getting a lot of bearish confirmation. We had an inverse of this 5-minute fair value gap, as well as respected this bearish fair value gap, previous bearish fair value gap. That was right here. Pretty much this imbalance of price got respected. So we're gonna let this play out. I'm gonna go eat some breakfast and then I'll come back and do the trade recap.